Hello and welcome to Indigo's Experience Centre. My name is Justin Davies and I'm an occupational therapist. Today I'll be discussing personal alarms. This is part one of a two-part series relating to personal alarms. In today's session, we'll focus on the general features of personal alarms. So what is a personal alarm? When we say personal alarm, we are referring to a device that will alert someone, such as a family member, friend, neighbour, or call monitoring centre that you require assistance. In the initial stages of choosing a personal alarm, there are two main things to consider in the decision-making process. The first consideration is, who would you like the alarm to call in an emergency? Would you prefer it to call a list of friends or family, which are often referred to as non-monitored or family-monitored systems? Or would you prefer your call to go to a professional monitoring centre, which are also called monitored systems? The second consideration for choosing a personal alarm is, where would the user like the alarm to operate? We'll go into this in more detail in our second video, but for now, let's delve into who the alarm can call when activated. Family monitored systems are programmed to call sequentially through a list of contacts' phone numbers until the call is answered. These numbers are usually those of family members, friends, neighbours, or carers. The benefit of these systems is that they are relatively inexpensive. The only ongoing cost involved with these devices is the SIM card renewal fee, like renewing a mobile phone subscription. Costs can vary between devices, but generally they are between $40 and $80 per year, though this is subject to change as the telcos change their prices. One thing to consider for this system is who you have saved as your emergency contacts. The main thing here is to list people who are reliable with answering their phone. If you do not have family or friends who are close by that are reliable with their phone, you may be better off looking at the professionally monitored systems. If you order a family monitored personal alarm, make sure you are clear with your emergency contacts about what to do if they receive a call, and if relevant, that they have your device's mobile number saved in their phone so they know that it's an important call to take and not spam. Professionally monitored systems can be used for those who do not have family or friends close by, or perhaps do not have contacts who are reliable with answering their phone. Once activated, this type of alarm device will call through to a call centre. Prior to use, the call centre will collect the user's relevant personal information and will prepare a pre-organised action plan. This plan can involve contacting the user's family member or the local ambulance service. This type of system can give peace of mind that someone is available 24/7 to answer the call, so the user is not waking up family at 3 a.m. if they've had a fall. These systems do incur additional ongoing monthly costs to pay for this 24-hour service. Calls can vary between devices, but in general, you're looking at between $20 and $50 per month. Once you know who you want the device to call and where you need it to operate, there are some other considerations to help narrow down your needs further, such as the user's technological proficiency, hand function, vision and hearing, and how they would like to wear the device. So a quick note here, if you live in an area that you know has poor 4G signal, so less than 2 bars on a mobile phone, you may be better off looking at systems such as satellite systems or some other different technology-based systems, which we will be discussing further in part 2 of this video. If the user has a pacemaker, they will need to be aware of whether the device contains magnets, as they may interfere with the pacemaker. In these circumstances, the user should consult their cardiologist for clearance or consider wearing the device on their wrist, belt, or on a long lanyard, which keeps it away from the upper chest. Some devices have inbuilt falls detection technology, where the device will activate by itself without the user needing to physically press a button. However, it is important to note that technology is not perfect, and there have been situations where a person has experienced a fall and the device did not activate, or that the device has been accidentally activated. For this reason, it is important to be aware that if a person experiences a fall and can press their button, they should do so. Also, if the falls detector is too sensitive, some devices have adjustable sensitivity that the supplier can change from afar. So it may be a matter of calling the supplier and asking them to adjust the sensitivity. The device activation buttons may be different on different devices. They could be raised, indented, or on the side of some devices. Have a look at the method of activation before purchase, so you can determine if the user's fine motor skills will be able to activate the button. Some home-based systems use infrared or camera systems to detect falls, and therefore the user does not need to press a button at all. I'll talk a little bit more about these in the second video. These devices should be always worn except when the user is sleeping. Lanyards and watch straps can become soiled due to this constant use. It is important to wash your device's lanyard or strap with warm, soapy water and allow it to dry completely before reattaching it to your device. Having more than one lanyard can be useful while you are waiting for the other to dry, though you will need good fine motor skills to be able to detach and reattach the lanyard. Each supplier will know the waterproof rating of their devices. Most are splash proof, meaning they can be safely used in the shower, but it's important to check this before purchasing the device. Comfort is also crucial, ensuring it can be worn without irritation over extended periods of time. Some users may find that the lanyard or watch strap irritate their skin. In this situation, consider alternative lanyards or watch straps from general suppliers or watchmakers. Any lanyard with a breakaway clip likely will work effectively with the pendant style alarms, whereas most of the watch options allow for attachment of aftermarket watch straps, meaning it is simple to swap to a strap that does not irritate the user's skin. These devices range in size and weight, and this can be an important consideration for ongoing comfort and use. The smallest options can weigh about the same as one Australian 20-cent coin, and some of the larger ones up to about 7 Australian 20-cent coins and the size of a milk coffee biscuit. Consider how emergency services, friends or family will access your home when needed. You may need to consider a key safe, also known as a key lockbox, secured at the front of your property with a spare key. You can also register your personal information with your local emergency services. For example, your medical conditions, key safe code, and action plan. That way, if the emergency services are required, they can access your home without delay or property damage. See our links below this video to find the correct numbers corresponding to your local ambulance services to register your details for each state or territory. Thank you for joining me for this personal alarm overview. To find out more information about personal alarms, tune into our next video where we'll be talking about community and home-based systems. Otherwise, you can speak to an occupational therapist, funding bodies such as GEET, or you can give us a call on 1300 885 886. Thanks again.